In a resolute statement, Michele Masini, the sporting director of Gresini Racing, expressed unwavering confidence that Marc Marquez will clinch a victory before his anticipated move to the Ducati Lenovo Team in the MotoGP 2025 season. Marquez, renowned for his illustrious career with Repsol Honda, last tasted victory at the Emilia-Romagna MotoGP in 2021, held at the Misano circuit. Since then, despite his competitive performances under the Gresini Ducati banner this season, the eight-time world champion has yet to stand atop the podium. Amidst the 9 remaining MotoGP races of the season, time is of the essence for Marquez to secure his inaugural win with Gresini. Nonetheless, Masini remains steadfast in his belief that Marquez will achieve this milestone before bidding farewell to the team. Marquez will not depart Gresini Racing without a victory. I stake my reputation on it, not once but twice over, Masini affirmed with conviction. Reflecting on his recent performances, Marquez acknowledged the challenges of his winless streak, spanning nearly 3 years, particularly amidst Ducati's dominance in the championship race. However, the Spanish rider remains optimistic about his gradual recovery and resurgence this season. I'm not overly concerned about the drought. This year's about regaining my form, and I feel I'm making steady progress. While we started strong and faced setbacks, we're regaining momentum, Marquez stated. As we enter the latter half of the season, our focus is on continuous improvement and aiming for podium finishes. Victory, if not this year, will surely come next, he concluded confidently. Masini's unwavering faith in Marquez's ability to triumph underlines Gresini Racing's determination and belief in their star rider's potential to achieve greatness once more. As the MotoGP season unfolds, all eyes will be on Marquez as he pursues that elusive victory, fueled by resilience and the support of his dedicated team. The Ducati Lenovo team is eagerly anticipating Marc Marquez's arrival in MotoGP 2025, but for now, it's the Gresini Racing team that has him on board for the remainder of the 2024 season. Despite the fact that Marquez will be riding for Ducati's full factory team only next year, team manager Davide Tardozzi is confident that Marquez will soon clinch a victory aboard the Desmosedici GP23 with Gresini before the current season wraps up. Marquez has already showcased his skill by reaching the podium 5 times in sprint races and 4 times in Grand Prix events this season. Given that this is his debut year on the GP23, a model that's past its prime, these results are quite impressive. However, despite his consistent performance, Marquez has yet to secure a win in either sprint or Grand Prix races. His last win was back on October 24, 2021 at the MotoGP Emilia-Romagna race in Misano when he was still riding for Repsol Honda and his arm injury was still healing. Yet, Davide Tardozzi remains hopeful. Following Marquez's performance at the Austrian MotoGP, where he showed remarkable resilience despite a challenging start, his whole-shot device malfunctioned, causing him to collide with Franco Morbidelli and drop to 13th place. Tardozzi is optimistic that Marquez's dry spell will soon end. Despite the setback, Marquez made an impressive comeback to finish 4th. I predicted that Marquez would be in the mix for victory on Sunday, Tardozzi said. If you look at the latter part of the race, he was the fastest on track. With a better start, he could have been a real contender for the podium, and potentially even the win. Tardozzi emphasized that while the immediate focus remains on supporting Pecco Bagnaia and Enea Bastianini in their bid for the championship and runner-up positions, there's also a sense of excitement about Marquez's potential. Right now, our primary concern is helping Pecco and Enea achieve the best possible results this season. Marc will be joining us next year, and we're looking forward to that, he explained. However, we're not overlooking Marc's potential. We're confident that he will deliver some thrilling performances before the season concludes. We have high hopes for him to secure a victory before we kick off the 2025 season, continued Tardozzi, who has a background in World's BK racing. As the MotoGP circus heads to the Motorland Aragon circuit in Spain for the upcoming Aragon Grand Prix, set for August 30th to September 1st, 2024. All eyes will be on Marquez and the other racers to see if the season will close with a spectacular win. As the 2024 MotoGP season heats up, The rivalry between Pecco Bagnaia and Jorge Martin is capturing headlines, with legendary rider Jorge Lorenzo weighing in on the intense competition. Lorenzo, a five-time world champion, has highlighted that while both Bagnaia and Martin are formidable contenders, it is Bagnaia's cool-headed approach that sets him apart and could be the key to clinching the title. This season marks the second time Bagnaia and Martin are fiercely vying for the World Championship. Martin, who began the year with a series of impressive performances, quickly established a significant lead in the standings. However, as the season progressed, Bagnaia's strategic advantage became evident as he closed the gap, capitalizing on Martin's minor errors. The competitive tension between the two riders reached a peak during the recent Austrian MotoGP sprint, where both riders topped the standings with 250 points each. In the following day's Grand Prix, Bagnaia secured a victory while Martin took second place, which shifted the balance and gave Bagnaia a slender 5-point lead over his rival. Lorenzo emphasized that while both riders exhibit remarkable skill and consistency, it is the psychological and emotional aspects of racing that may ultimately determine the champion. According to Lorenzo, Bagnaia's ability to remain composed and strategic under pressure has given him an edge over Martin. They're both incredibly fast and have a similar riding style, Lorenzo explained. They're not just physically adept, but also mentally strong. They both excel at pushing their bikes to the limit and leading races. When two riders are so evenly matched, it's the small details that make the difference. Lorenzo noted that Bagnaia's emotional resilience has been evident over the past 2 seasons, a factor that has contributed to his continued success. Martin, who started this season with a strong performance, has struggled with mistakes that have eroded his earlier advantage. The former champion praised Martin's efforts to address his psychological challenges by working with a sports psychologist following his loss to Bagnaia in 2023. This intervention has positively influenced Martin's approach to the 2024 season. However, Lorenzo pointed out that to truly compete with Bagnaia, Martin needs to develop a similarly cool and calculated mindset. Working with a psychologist has definitely had an impact, especially at the start of this season, Lorenzo acknowledged. But as Pecco has shown through his improved performance, including explosive laps and sprints, the pressure on Jorge remains high. There's still a long way for Jorge to go in terms of mastering the emotional composure that Pecco consistently displays. The MotoGP season continues to captivate fans, with Bagnaia and Martin set to clash once again at the Aragon MotoGP, taking place at the Motorland Aragon circuit in Spain from August 30th to September 1st, 2024. The upcoming race promises to be another thrilling chapter in their ongoing battle for the championship. Keep warming up your engines. See you at the next race.